technical process, but after that is what's important. Thousands of papers are there, okay? Very few that can be taken as actual impacting the medical practice. So, peer review stakeholders, few people, and now we are going to, I'll have a few more slides and we will shift gears to more technicality with our colleagues. So just to give you what actually is happening in the peer review process. The journal staff, the first person who's actually received the email, the secretary who actually scanned them, and like we agreed yesterday, it's a very important job that would give you 10 seconds if you are optimistic with the high impact journal to look first in what is the general theme. Are you in the scope or you are not? And this is the first process. The secretary person will actually screen the paper. If your paper passed this figure, we are few of the lucky who have actually survived this step. And by the way, I don't have statistics, but from experience and anecdotes, I can tell you that 80% of paper doesn't pass this rigor in a high impact journal, although it's just a secretarial work. Okay, so we're not even yet in the scientific merits of whatever you are providing. So the scientific editor after the secretarial kind of job, which is a person who has knowledge in the same field, and he look into some sort of the science of what you are providing, make a final decision as whether specific manuscript will be accepted for publication, return or revision or rejected. This is the final. Although he's the final, the rejection can happen at any time, can happen even before the reviewer received the paper. So the scientific editor has the right either to reject it himself or to forward it to the second level of peer review, which is the reviewer themselves, which is the volunteers, the people that, your peers, the people that we're talking about, and you know the characteristics of them. Also member of the editorial board, read and review papers, select reviewers, and monitor quality of reviews and recommend action to editor. Some of the journals actually, when you submit your paper, ask you to nominate an expert in the field who can look into your paper. And this is a quest just to facilitate this step, because not every journal has a list of experts to look into each and every subspecialty. So if you have someone whom you look up as a mentor or a colleague that you trust his opinion, you can be yourself one of the people who can do the job of the editorial scientific member. And then the reviewers provide review of the manuscript, make recommendation concerning publications. Although there is 4 layers here, sometimes 3 layers, but mainly 4 layers of rigor, does that guarantee what I'm going to have in the end is the science or the best kind of paper to advise in my practice? Like Dr. Ayad said, it's doubtful, it might be, but it's a process full of doubt. So even you, when you receive something, be a reviewer yourself. If you have an issue with the paper, it's fine, everybody has. So if it's raised to the point that you need to talk to the editor of those journals, fine, send them your letter, and this is a publishable work. Okay, what is expected of your peer? Now we're talking about the person who is actually going to give you constructive, hopefully constructive criticism to whatever the paper you are providing, and what is the outcome that would eventually like it to be published. They are supposed to be expert in one or more areas of the paper, although we know it's a subjective process, but at least we want them to be gaze as objective persons. So if there is any conflict of interest, they have to tell us or tell the journal that, well, I cannot review this because of conflict of interest. He's my colleague, she's my wife, I hate this project, I will not going to approve this, it's against my ethos. So all of these kind of conflict of interest might affect the process process. Thus, it is important for the reviewer to come clean with his or her kind of agenda or ethos when they are trying to review the paper. They have to have good judgment. Sometimes reviewers, they are technically good, but they cannot judge what need to be actually done specifically to improve the paper. So you will have, you will receive, I would say, a peer review report, where Dr. Prof. Qadbar will talk about in a minute. You are going to receive it, but either you don't understand it fully because the editor maybe didn't do his work. It happens to everybody in the field. Or you think that they didn't read carefully what you provide them with. So you have to go back in a very nice tone, tell them that, well, if you see this part, I was talking about this point. If you have scanned this part, you will find an answer. However, I'm going to make it more clear, more evidence, so sometimes you have this kind of dialogue with the reviewers. Able to think clearly and logically, able to write good critique, accurate, reliable, helpful to the editor and authors, reliable in returning reviews, and able to do review in the allotted time for it. What do you think the time frame from sending or pushing the button send until the publication gets published in the literature public?